So I'm going to move now and just tell you a little bit more about our Canadian networks. So this event is hosted by Canada BioImaging and the Canadian Network of Scientific Platforms. So Canada BioImaging is part of BioImaging North America, which we're going to hear more about later in the week. But for the Canada contribution, we have 316 members right now, 27 imaging facilities from 8 provinces. And we're about 14% of the membership of the BioImaging North America network. We're founders of the BINA Technology User Group. So this was an idea of bringing the researchers on an international level around very specific technologies. And right now we have 4 groups and are looking to expand as well. And the idea is to exchange experience, share resources, consolidate our efforts, and really avoid redundancy. And I think one of the things I appreciate the most is we talk about things that didn't work, reagents that didn't work, experiments, protocols that needed some adjustments, and you often don't see that in the published papers. So this is really helpful in the community. And we've also found that people who are established in the community are really willing to come and share their experience. And I'm always very impressed, like once somebody has it all working, they could just go off and do their own thing. But the community is really generous and really wants to come back and help other people implement things. And these have been done in collaboration with BINA and also the Royal Microscopy Society. One of the other initiatives you'll hear about a little bit more this week is our Train the Trainer initiative. And we've done this in partnership with BioImaging, or with Global BioImaging, sorry. And this is building an international network of skilled trainers around microscopy fundamentals and really sharing our resources, sharing our materials so that other people can build on what's been done rather than starting from scratch. And this has been really important for a lot of our early career researchers. So Canada's been pretty active. This is our poster from 2025 of all the different courses that we've been running across the country, and all the way from management courses to more technology-based courses. And our plan is to have this resource again next year. And we had a lot of support from Global BioImaging and BioImaging North America for travel and mobility to get people to the courses. So I wanted to say a little bit about the Canadian Network of Scientific Platforms. So this is a network that Canada BioImaging is also part of. And our mission is to empower Canadian researchers by advancing infrastructure and expertise, driving innovation, fostering collaboration, and accelerating scientific discovery. And we really wanted to bring together not just people in bioimaging, but from all technology areas, because we tend to have the same challenges, and many different technology areas have different solutions for these challenges. And I think you get a much broader perspective. So our 4 pillars are advocacy, education, networking, and professional development. So we have spent a lot of time giving advice when grant funding calls come out, or if some of the funding agencies are strategic planning, we'll give some input on where we think things could be adapted to really support infrastructure and expertise. We have professional development and technology courses under education. And then networking, we have a national meeting, and we also do community conversations virtually. So this is our current executive board. New is here as well, and Guillaume. And Dominique was with us, and Brooke was with us last week at the management course. I'm not sure if Brooke is back. I know she went home over the weekend. But it's a great group to work with. And one of the other aspects we have, which I think is really important, is we have people in upper administration who are overseeing multiple facilities for a whole institution. So they're bringing another perspective and another lens to the conversation. So right now, we estimate we represent about 320 platforms across Canada. And you can see we have a big representation in Quebec because the organization came out of Montreal. But we're working hard to grow the community across the country. And it really is, this is just a list of some of the technology areas, but we really are covering all the way from engineering to health sciences. So I think I mentioned most of these things on my other slide, but really the idea is to bring the community together and find ways to opportunities for training and education for the community members, and then also having that common voice where we see areas where things could be changed. So we've done quite a few position papers and editorials. We've done recommendations, as I mentioned, to the national funders. And we'll hear more today from the Canada Foundation for Innovation as well. We gave a lot of feedback on their new funding for imaging, or well, for infrastructure platforms. And you'll see we've had some opinion papers on the importance of recognizing platform scientists or core facility staff, and also opinion paper about research data management and how we really need to work together as a larger community to tackle that challenge. So recently we've modified the Royal Microscopy Society's recommendation for publication, acknowledgement, and authorship. And we wanted to generalize it for the Canadian Network of Scientific Platforms. So you can see we've very much taken the very similar format of the poster, but in the different sections, we've really tried to generalize for all platforms. And we've also translated this into French, so we have both versions, and of course acknowledge the work of the Royal Microscopy Society and also the US-based Association for Biomolecular Resource Facilities. So we relied a lot on their existing documents and recommendations for this. And now we're working towards bringing this to institutions and seeing if we can get institutions to basically endorse it and encourage it as a recommendation in their institutions. So this is really focused on what type of contribution do people in facilities give to the research work, and how should that be acknowledged with an acknowledgement, or is the contribution significant enough to warrant authorship? So as you heard already, this was our first of the 3 events. This was our facility management course last week that we just finished on Friday. And this was a joint effort with the Canadian Network of Scientific Platforms and Global Bioimaging. And it was really nice to see, we had a very good representation from Canada through the CNSB. And then we had the fantastic support from GLEB, from Global Bioimaging, and the ability to bring so many international participants to the meeting. So I think it was really interesting to see the mixing of people from different technology areas, and the administrators and data management people. And you can talk to people who are here who were there last week and hear about their experience. And we'll be having our next scientific platforms meeting in June 9th to 11th, 2026. So if you enjoy Canada and you want to come back, could come back in the spring. And then this is just how you can find more information if you're interested. And of course, I'm around to give any feedback for anyone. So thank you. So we're actually a little bit ahead of schedule. I hope it's not going to be a problem. So now I'd like to move to our keynote address. So unfortunately, due to unavoidable circumstances, Professor Boots Pedersen wasn't able to join us in person today, but fortunately he is able to give us his keynote address virtually. I met Professor Boots Pedersen a few years ago at a Science and Society conference. And when I heard about his work on micro impacts, I immediately thought of infrastructure platforms and global bioimaging. I'm so happy he'll be able to tell us a bit about his work, because I really think it provides a framework and some of the tools that we need for evidence-based policy changes towards sustainable infrastructure ecosystems. So Professor Boots Pedersen is at the Science and Communication Impact Studies Department at Aalborg University in Denmark, and he's director of Frontier, the Center for Advanced Social Science and Humanities. His research focuses on the management, communication, and evaluation of science and technology. He's a regular advisor to the European Commission, the Danish Ministry of Higher Education and Science, and he's a member of the Norwegian Research Council. He takes a special interest in open, responsible, and collaborative research focused on creating positive impact in society. So today he's going to tell us about tracing the multifaceted impacts of research infrastructure.